the way the whole process starts off is with a ball, a beach ball. So yeah, the reason why the rope is blue is because it's the default colour. Is that I like to use materials that are commonplace, that are not specialist. They're something that are easy, instantly recognisable. So yeah, it just kind of evolved from there. I spent a long time weaving and trying to do clever things with the rope, and then just sort of came to the realisation that that's much more interesting to make a big ball of it. It really started out with rope actually, and I was interested. I just had a length of rope, and I was just interested in the way that we're all used to sort of cutting a bit of rope and melting the end of it, and it sort of goes hard. Then if you get a piece of metal shaped or a flat piece and you heat that and press it against the rope, you melt and reform the rope into something that completely transforms its appearance and its texture and its structure. At one point I made a conscious decision to the seat needed to be a recognisable form, because the whole project is really about the process and the material, and I thought to have a seat that's specifically designed and that could be a new form would detract. So I went for the sort of generic, the seat is sort of based on a generic sort of Eames DAX chair, and because it's a familiar form and it's comfortable, it's proven. Set up a certain series of events or of a production line, or you have a material, and you just let it all happen, and you have control of certain parameters, but then the outcome is completely unpredictable. And I think it's also about narrative. I think what interests me, what I really like in any work actually is if you can relate to something on several different levels. What I try to achieve is that if somebody comes into a room and they see one of my pieces, that there will be an initial sort of attraction or an initial point of interest, and then if I'm there and I can explain it, or if they can look at it and see that there's another side, another depth to it, like there's a story behind the whole production process, then for me that's the sort of big distinction from an object that just exists as what it is, and something that sort of reveals a story or sort of narrative. It's got more sort of, or it's more profound, I think. It's interesting. I mean, some people more and more people are referring to me as an artist, and I'm quite sort of comfortable with that, but I'm equally as comfortable when somebody calls me a designer. A lot of the time it depends on context. And I'm just quite happy sort of sitting in that grey area. I think it's much more interesting if you can't quite define what somebody does or who somebody is. So yeah, I generally don't worry about it so much anymore.